The Hobo Hotel in Wonewoc is on the move. Between 50 to 60 people within the Amish community worked to move the structure to its new location the old-fashioned way. They razed the building and then walked it 2 blocks out of the way of a floodplain that threatened the landmark back in 2018. The structure weighed 20,000 pounds, but they removed railroad ties to make it 7,000 pounds lighter. This historic hotel was built in the 1800s and served as a rest stop for rail travelers during the Great Depression.